Many would consider Super Mario 64 one of the best games of all time. It revolutionized 3D platforming. It introduced us to the stellar new console, the Nintendo 64, and it was all around a fun to play, new, engaging, fresh Mario game. What is there not to love about that? Introducing us to concepts like the analog controls, having multiple jumps, great new power ups, firing out of cannons. Super Mario 64 is, from start to finish, a timeless experience that you will carry with you for the rest of your life. But what are the absolute highlights of Super Mario 64? What are the most memorable, the most engaging, and most fun to play levels? Today, we're going to find out. This is the top 10 stars in Super Mario 64. Number 10, Snowman's Big Head. Starting off with this list with the second snow level in the game, Snowman's Land is a wide open, flat, snowy area, quite a bit different than the cool mountain that we faced earlier in the game. This level features a giant snowman in the middle that you have to climb up and claim the star at the top of. It's a lot like Tall Mountain or Bomb Battlefield in that regard. But the platforms are narrower. There are more gimmicky. There are more platforming elements. There are things coming at you. You have to hide behind a penguin in order to avoid being blown off the platform by the angry snowman who doesn't want you climbing him. It's a really simple, straightforward level, but it works really, really well. It has a lot of unique aspects to it. It's not entirely obvious how exactly you're supposed to climb the snowman. You sort of have to figure it out. You sort of have to find out for yourself what's going on in this level, what its features are, what its mechanics are. It has lots of interesting things that you're not going to see in other levels, such as the freezing water that actually takes health away from you rather than heal you like every other area in the game. This is a really good introductory level to the area and serves as a really good way to familiarize yourself with it and learn the layout of the area in preparation for the later stars. The star itself is a lot of fun to get. There are lots of really fun, unique obstacles in the way, and when you do climb the snowman, you feel a strong sense of satisfaction. It's not the most complex star in Super Mario 64, but it is a lot of fun to claim. Number 9, Lethal Lava Land 100 coins. Wow, I found myself really surprised when I went to one of my all-time favorite Super Mario 64 levels, Lethal Lava Land, and realized that I didn't particularly care for a lot of these stars. A lot of them are very simple, a lot of them are very straightforward. You have like the bully star, you have the volcano stars, you have the easiest 8 coin star in the game. Why exactly do I look forward to playing this course so much? And the answer, of course, strangely enough, is the way it's laid out and the way that sort of ties into collecting 100 coins for the 100 coin star. Lethal Lava Land is a wide open space that you can't easily proceed through. Like, there are coins everywhere, but they're all in like platforms with no obvious way to reach them. You have all these weird ramps, you have all these weird things lying about, like you can't go through the lava. How exactly are you supposed to explore this area? Well, the way I always do it, and the way I think everyone does it, is that I find the Koopa shell at the beginning of the level, and I surf around the entire thing. This is addicting. This is positively amazing. This is some of the most fun I've ever had playing Super Mario 64, is surfing along the lava to collect coins to 100% this level. Like, it's so fun that I end up doing it even in areas where I don't even need to do it. Like, I often just take the shell and just go straight into the volcano, like, because it's just so cool to do. You're shredding all over this area. You're shredding all over these ramps, all these like dodging these obstacles. When you get really, really good at it, you can do it for like 10, 15 minutes at a time, like rounding up every single coin you can get, and it's incredibly addicting, and it's fairly straightforward from there to go inside the volcano and collect the rest of the coins you need. It's one of the easier 100 coin stars in the game, but it is easily the most fun. Number 8, Blast Away the Wall. Known more for its obtuseness rather than its difficulty, Blast Away the Wall is a defining example of classic video game, well, how the fuck was I supposed to know that moments. Like, Blast Away the Wall is very, very simple on paper. You just take the cannon and you fire yourself into a wall. Like, really simple, right? But there's no indication at all from any of the NPCs, from any of like the in-game dialogue, any of the things you can experience in this level. There's no way to really figure this out. You sort of, honestly, I imagine most people who uncover the star either use a guide or uncover it completely by accident, like I did. I think what I was trying to do was I was trying to fire the cannon into the cage, and I ended up missing, and ended up slamming into that wall and breaking it, and the star is just sitting there, and it was one of the most mind-blowing moments in Super Mario 64. Like, for me, this was like a pinnacle, one of the great all-time moments for me personally. Like, I had no idea it was there, and like finding it for the first time completely by accident, it felt like I had uncovered a real secret, and it was incredibly intoxicating. I think that's probably the moment that made me fall in love with this game. Number 7, Scale the Mountain. A lot of the levels of this game, especially the early levels in each course, involve you just climbing on top of an area or whatever. Like, Wedge Dry World does this, Bomb Battlefield does this, like Womp's Fortress does this. So, a couple of times, actually. Like, it's not a new thing for the game, right? But what makes Tall Tall Mountain different? Well, I think Tall Tall Mountain is the pinnacle of this kind of design philosophy when it comes to Super Mario 64. All you're trying to do is get on top of a mountain and then claim the star. And there are all these obstacles. You have new enemies. You have platforms that you have to long jump across. You encounter all these different things while climbing up the mountain. All these obstacles. All these objects you've never seen before. A monkey that can steal your hat. This log rolling segment. Like a lot of segments where you have to long jump and to reach an area you otherwise would never be able to reach. Like it's a lot more intense than you may think, and there's all sorts of things you may overlook on your first time up, like the mysterious mountainside, or where all the 8 coins are, or the monkey that you pass by, who becomes essential to the next level, the next star, the secret of the monkey cage. Like, this is, I think, the pinnacle of what makes this this method of star fun in Super Mario 64. Like, you're exploring a brand new area for the first time, you're getting up the tallest mountain in the game, and when you finally reach the top, you feel like a sense of euphoria, and you can't wait to play the rest of the level, because it's just so much fun. Number 6, Go on a Ghost Hunt. This is the only level on the list that I feel is almost completely unique. This is the only level, I think, in the entire game where you're exploring a brand new area and trying to destroy a certain enemy. You are deliberately going around this haunted mansion, looking for every boo you can find and killing it. That's all you need to do. Like, all you need to do is figure out how to kill this new type of enemy, the boo, by sneaking up behind it and punching it, and then hearing that message. Ghosts don't die. Can you get out of here alive? Over and over and over again. The star in general does a great job in really building up the atmosphere and tone of the level, and really it really feels so much darker and more surreal than a lot of other areas in the game. It feels like it has its own identity almost, and I would be very surprised if the creation of this level did not influence the creation of Luigi's Mansion. Like, you are hunting boos in a mansion as Mario rather than Luigi, but it's fascinating how this kind of development pans out. You can totally see the influences of what would become Luigi's Mansion in this. It's haunting. It's creepy. It has like memorable moments, like the piano. Like, there's all sorts of great stuff in here, and I just absolutely love this level. Number 5, Foot Race with Koopa the Quick. This is kind of an interesting one, because this is not the first level in the game. Like, the first level in Bob-omb Battlefield is the boss fight with King Bob-omb. But I realized playing through these stars again that I actually do prefer the Foot Race to Koopa the Quick, because you're learning how to play the game, you're learning like the mechanics, and I think more than anything else, Koopa the Quick does more to teach you how this level is structured and built, and how best to control Mario, and the things you can do, and the quickest route to the top than that King Bob-omb does, right? Like, I think Koopa the Quick does a better job at getting you to learn this game's finer mechanics than King Bob-omb does, and I think as a result the star is better than that. You have to navigate past, up a bridge, through Chain Chomp, through these balls, climb this mountain, and to reach the flag at the top. It doesn't seem all that complicated, and it really isn't, especially for an experienced player, but this was one of the levels, I think, as a child, that really made me love this game, because it really was. I think when I was younger, I did struggle with this. I was unable to beat this. I did think it was too hard. I remember actually cheating back in the day. There's a method you can use to become like to warp straight to the top. You can't use cannons. I think he calls you out if you do that, but you can warp up there. He's not aware of that. The game, the level, the star is just so well put together. And I think more than anything else, it shows you that the game has a lot of variety to it. Like, it's not just climbing on top of a mountain and beating a boss. Like, there are times where you're just going to chill and have a friendly race with a friend, really. Koopa the Quick is an example of when Mario started to evolve past the simple find the guy and beat the guy style of gameplay. Number 4, Big Penguin Race. I'm a big fan of all the slide levels in this game. They're all fantastic, but I think one of the ones that sticks out the most in my mind back in the day was the Big Penguin Race, because this is absolutely one of the early stars that kind of prevented me, that I could not beat. Like, I could not beat this penguin. He was just, the track was too difficult. I couldn't stay ahead of him. There were all these... it's not exactly an easy race, but you've already gone down the slide once in the first star, but now you got to do it while racing a penguin. It's rather different than what you've seen before, right? It's an evolution of what came before, but I think the penguin race makes the level even more memorable, because you're challenging this guy who is really quick, who can sort of mess with your turns and calls you out if you cheat. Like, the penguin race is not easy for a kid. I mean, I get through it like every single time now, but I remember struggling with this as a kid, and even today, I still think back on it and like, wow, that was really difficult. I felt so good when I finally managed to clear that, and even today, even though I can still easily clear it, I still have to like sit down and do it, and commit to it, and it's still a lot of fun. Like, this is a level that absolutely deserves to be on this list. Number 3, Mario Wings to the Sky. The winged power-up, the winged cap power-up, is probably one of the most iconic Mario power-ups in my mind. Like, this is the power-up that introduced me to Mario power-ups. It's one of the coolest things I'd ever seen in my life. Mario can blast out of cannons and fly around the map. How cool is that? I used to spend hours doing nothing but collecting the cap, exploring each area, and like messing around with the geography, and like trying to like climb the wall, go over the barrier and stuff like that. The the level border and stuff like that. There are all these things that make flying so much fun. But the level that I think kind of pushes you most when it comes to learning how to fly is Mario Wings to the Sky, because there's nothing all that dangerous about Bob-on Battlefield. Like, there are cannons everywhere, there are wing caps everywhere, there's plenty of things you can do. You can, like, take off and fly pretty much everywhere, but it's not exactly clear what exactly Mario Wings to the Sky means at first. It takes a lot of experimentation, it takes a lot of, like, of looking around and doing stuff, but when you finally figure it out, when you finally figure out that you have to fly through these 3 rings in the sky that are just sort of there, and then like dart upward and fly through one last one, it's so much fun. It's so entertaining to try and fire out of a cannon and try to get this all in one go. Like I love this star. I think it's one of the all-time classics. It's so much fun. Wing Cap Mario is one of my favorite Mario power-ups ever, and this is the star that really that I always think back on when thinking of this power-up and the things you can do with it. Number 2, the Princess's Secret Slide. Secret Star. So, the Princess's Secret Slide was already one of my all-time favorite stars, right? Like, this is already one of my favorite levels of the game. It probably would have made it the list on its own, right? I was already throwing it on there, but I realized when I was, like, putting the list together that, like, wait a minute, there are actually 2 stars on here. Yes. A lot of people may not be aware of this, but if you beat this slide in less than 21 seconds, you do indeed get a second star that is required for 100% completion. So for those of you who have never 100% completed the game, this is a good example of one of the obscure stars that you may have overlooked. I believe, much like Blast Away the Wall, this was a star that I came across mostly by accident, and it wasn't because I looked it up or anything like that. I believe I simply just played the level over and over and over again because I enjoyed it that much, and then one day I ended up doing it purely by accident, and I was just blown away by it. Like, wow, how many times have I played this level purely for fun, and somehow, some way, they decide to give me, oh yeah, I'll give you another star. Like, I don't think I understood, like, the time limit thing. It just sort of happened. Like, did you need to clear the star, like, a bunch of times? Like, it's kind of a mystery. It's kind of an obscure secret inside a level that already was kind of an obscure secret for, like, a first-time player. And to me, that was positively magical. This is one of my all-time favorite Mario memories. This level is one of my all-time favorite Mario levels ever. Number 1, wall kicks will work. This is probably one of those levels that I think I can look back on and really think back on and really recall just how much I had to do to surpass it or to overcome it or to understand it. I remember learning how to wall kick. Like, I remember playing this game for the first time, before playing Sunshine, before playing, like, a lot of these other games, like, playing this stage, right, wall kicks will work. Going down there, like, playing the stage, trying to figure out, okay, where's the star, where do I go, and then uncovering it. Uncovering this secret alcove under the rest of the stage, in a stage that you honestly felt like you had explored completely already. Finding this, like, this new platforming section, and finding this sign that tells you about the wall kick, a move that you had since the very beginning of the game, but had never used before. Like, you had no idea how to use it. Like, you never knew that Mario could do this shit. Like, you learn the triple jump, you learn the long jump, you learn, like, the slide, maybe. You learn, like, the backflip, you learn, like, the cartwheel. Like, there are all these things that sort of just come to you with time. I remember struggling with the triple jump, learning how to fly for the first time. But wall kicks you'll probably do a triple jump like accidentally occasionally, right? If you're playing the game for the first time. Wall kicks are a bit more precise. I don't recall ever doing them by accident. In Wall Kicks Will Work, I was exposed to a completely new technique for the first time, and in an area where you had to use it to progress. So, first, you have to wall jump up the first wall, and then you have to triple jump, and then wall jump off the second, and then navigate a simple passage to the star. And it sounds simple, and for an experienced player it kind of is, but when you don't know how to wall jump, when you've never been exposed to this move before, when you don't know the first thing about it, when like you have no idea this is even possible, like when you don't understand the timing, when you're like, when you have no idea what you're doing, when you're doing this for the first time, like it's extremely overwhelming. Like I think I tried this for like 40 minutes to an hour, like trying to nail the first jump and then the second. I think I would like fall down on the second jump, try to get the first jump again, miss that too, struggle with that a little bit, and then like just wander around like, okay, what am I supposed to do? Am I doing something wrong? Do I need to like hit the wall in a certain way? Am I pressing the wrong button? Like, I don't remember exactly how it went, but I remember like that was the general idea. Like I had no idea the wall jump was even a thing before this level, and once I beat it, once I learned it, like it opened up an entirely new aspect of Super Mario 64. Stars that I couldn't possibly have reached. Watch for Rolling Rocks is one. There are lots of There are lots of stars that require wall kicks. There are plenty of stars that will require wall kicks, but this is the one specifically designed to teach you. And as a result, it's by far the most memorable for me. This is the all-time best star in Super Mario 64. It's a core fundamental of the gameplay that casual players would not know about when first booting the game up, but as you proceed through the game, you will learn it, and you will master it, and it will just be another technique in your arsenal. Super Mario 64, this is one of the best stars. This is the best star in Super Mario 64. Name star for sure. It has been so long since our last adventure. They told me that I might see you if I waited here, but I'd just about given up hope. Is it true? Have you really beaten Bowser? Who's they? And restored the stars to the castle? And saved the princess? I knew you could do it. Now I have a very special message for you. Thanks for playing Super Mario 64. This is the end of the game, but not the end of the fun. Oh, believe that. Holy shit, am I still playing this? We want you to keep on playing, so we have a little something for you. We hope that you like it. Enjoy the Super Mario 64 team. I love it when they leave messages like this in the games. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you would like, please check out my content, my books on blackcatbooks.org. Subscribe to the channel and continue to support me by subscribing and following me on Twitter at CodyCoyote64. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I will see you all next time.